Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rum Regret Podcast. I am Andy Drake.
Johanna Myers.
Nate Tussey, and we drink and we know things.
Today is Tuesday, October 18th. We are midway into spooky season. All the horror movies are coming out. So, and we gave Nate the little horror homework, where assignment number 1 has been complete. So we will discuss. We will catch up on all of our favorite shows. So let's just jump right into it. Horror Corner. Joe, what do you got?
So, Halloween Ends came out and has been met with very, very mixed reviews. I have not had the pleasure of seeing it yet, but I am hearing polarizing things.
I was going to say, is it mixed reviews or is everybody shitting on it? Because I feel like that's what I've heard.
There's a couple folks holding out of like, it's not that bad.
The director and
right. Yeah. I feel like a lot of the, a lot of the people that just sort of wanted it for entertainment value are defending it, but they're not defending it very strongly.
Right.
They're just like, this was a fun, this was a fun watch. But then, a lot of the, it's been brutal, man. Everything that I've seen has just been, don't watch.
Like, I want those hours of my life back.
So I want to find, I wish I would have found the meme where it's the Star Wars sequels next to the Halloween, and it's like matches up perfectly of like what is it?
So
Halloween.
This is the Last Jedi, is what you're saying?
Yeah, this is the Last Jedi.
Ew.
Or no, this is no, Halloween Kills is the Last Jedi. Halloween Ends is the last one.
Rise of
Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
There you go.
Rise of the Lycans.
All right.
Yes. So wait, you haven't seen the movie though?
No, I haven't seen them yet.
Okay.
But you are taking reviews to heart.
We'll see. I mean, the Halloween franchise is not one that I'm like beholden to in any way. So
right.
I'd probably watch it and be like, yeah, it's great. Unlike Hellraiser, which is my lifeblood.
Right. Ooh, yeah, I haven't watched any of the newer Halloween movies. I've seen all the old ones. But yeah, anything made within the last 15 years, I haven't seen.
Yeah, I think the last one I saw was Rob Zombie's first one.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I lied then. I did see that one. And that was
good.
enough. Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, this may come as a shock to you guys. I don't remember the last one I've seen. I know I've seen... Ooh. I think I saw one where he fought Freddy. Or that's Jason.
That's Jason.
Yeah, that
Freddy
was
versus Jason.
Wasn't there one in space?
Jason in space.
Jason as well. Yeah.
Okay. There was the Dream Warriors, Freddy.
But
yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I
got no dukes. I got no dukes. That should be a bonus. Pick the best one, your favorite between the two of you guys of the Halloweens, and I'll watch that too.
Yeah, you know what? Again, to Joe's point, I don't know that I care enough. Nor
I would just say the first one.
Right? No, absolutely.
Start from the beginning.
Agree.
I know I've seen the first one. That was forever ago.
Okay.
So
yeah,
maybe not worth the time. Then we'll table that.
There's better horror out there for you to pull your eyes out over.
Right. And we've picked them.
Yes. Yeah, we have. So, and I don't know that, did we mention, we probably mentioned this on a pod, but we gave, and I don't know that we've actually given them the 3.
They have, you haven't revealed those yet. Yeah.
No. So Joe and I conferred over a very quick chat of what we should show you. And Joe, why don't you tell what we decided on?
So we decided, obviously, Hellraiser.
Right. The updated.
The updated one is number 1.
Yes.
Number 2 is, since Nate is a nerd extraordinaire, we figured to show him Peter Jackson's Shining master of cinema, Dead Alive.
Yes.
So you get a little, you get to see where Peter Jackson's roots came from.
Yeah.
Most excellent. And after that, Deadstream, because it's getting raving reviews, and I still haven't watched it yet, so we're gonna watch it together.
Shame on you. Yes. I love Deadstream. I saw this on Shudder, and it is a sort of a take on a found footage thing, and I think I described this last time, so I don't need to get into it again.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's not give anything away if I'm watching this.
Well, no, I mean, it's called Deadstream.
I mean, that could mean like an old river brook.
A haunted river. Ooh.
It's hunted with crawdads.
Yeah, but this movie blends sort of the right amount of horror and fun that I think it's right up sort of Nate's alley. It's there's a good amount of scary, but there's also a good amount of fun in it. And it was so fun that I had to I watched it again with Jamie. And I loved it more the second time I watched it. So
nice.
Yeah.
Right
yeah,
on.
from the people the horror folks that I follow that are kind of, their tastes are in line with mine, they're raving about this, so I'm confident that I'm going to like it. And I think it's probably going to be a good palate cleanser for Nate after Dead Alive.
I think so. I think so as well. I think it's very good. So there is a definite order. Hellraiser, which he's already watched, Dead Alive to be second, and then we'll finish it off with Deadstream. And we will get those two reviews on our next podcast.
Yes. The post Halloween. What number is that going to be? 98?
I think so.
Yeah, the road to 100.
Yeah.
We're almost there, folks.
We're almost there. The 100 stream. To
your butts.
So, why don't we go in to Nate's review of Hellraiser?
Yeah.
All right, I'm clutching my box.
Jesus. Sorry, we're gonna have to grab that soundbite. What the fuck?
It's
For
okay,
the people
honey.
on the stream,
He doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it.
It's her Pandora's box. What is that thing supposed to be called?
It's the lament configuration.
Oh,
you
right.
Know this by now.
It's the first configuration, and then somebody gets hit with like a spiky bit, and then it changes.
He goes
and all that.
Gets stabbed. Yeah.
Man, I was disappointed. I was hoping for like, I was hoping for like turn away type gore and stuff, but of course, like the analytical part of me is just like, why is this teenager walking around in a fancy sex mansion with cut off sleeve t-shirt and basketball shorts? Like,
to which I replied, for sex reasons, duh.
Right.
I mean, he's so weird.
He's a sex worker. He's
such
there
a
to
weird,
work for sex.
I mean, they should have then have an Uber drop him off and he walks up or something, because everyone else it's a black tie event. And then there's like the guy from fucking Euphoria walking through with his cut off t-shirt. And then like, ooh, do I get a reward if I solve this puzzle? And like, I do.
Right.
Like, I really wish that was George Takei playing that part. That would have been great. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like I should have taken more notes, but my live stream was like, okay, I'm gonna watch Hellraiser now. And then an hour later, what the fuck is this movie? Why is the kid in the muscle tee at the sex party? And then Joe, for sex reasons. Like, aha, needed the context. And then 20 more minutes later, guys, this movie is rough. And then I went, oh, she's perky though, so thanks for that. Because apparently the lead actress doesn't wear a bra the entire movie. Until the end. And then there's critters, and then what did I put in here? Limo van transform. Oh, right, when the limo like, wait, what is that from? Limo van transform. Was there a scene where they're in the van and it like stretches?
The roommate gets
killed in the back of the van. Right. And then clean up on aisle 4.
Which one was that for?
I think it was for all the blood in the back of the van.
Oh, okay.
Remember, gets soaked with her blood. But then there's that one Cenobite towards the end that like his arms split. And I was watching this with my neighbor, And so the Cenobite's 2 arms split into 4, and he goes, General Kenobi.
Hello there.
Oh, I lost my shit. It was so good. Yeah, so I mean, it was a fun movie. We were drinking and kind of laughing at it, and like, ooh, there's a couple of those moments where you're like, oh man, right in the nuts. But it was like, this is an MST3K candidate for me. I think it's like the character design for the Cenobites was really cool. Like, I loved them. They were
okay. At least you said that.
yeah. No, that's cool shit. And I like the idea of the whole like backstory of the cube, and like I want to know more about the lore and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's really cool and kind of engaging. But like, and the lead actress really acted the shit out of this. She was great. There's a bunch of things where I was like, wait, her brother knows she's recovering and kicks her out. That would never happen. I mean,
right.
Maybe would happen, but probably not the way that would go down. But it's just a lot of those little things, and that's just me overanalyzing stuff. But it was fun. It was a horror movie. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting like, oh my God, I'm gonna puke, or I gotta turn away and not watch this kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I'd probably give it out of 10, like 5 side kittens for the horror aspects. I really liked, again, the design and of the Cenobites. I really want to know why each of them is like that. Like, I want to know why they're specifically mutilated in that fashion. Like, is there a 1-for-1 something they did in the past that turns them into a specific thing, or is it just like the randomness of the will of the devil or whatever the fuck is the noodly appendage?
So that is kind of interesting, because now I'm kind of just like, shit, we should have made you watch at least 1, 2, and 4, because it kind of gives a little bit more of a backstory in that, where like originally they're just the way they are. 4 kind of gives you a little bit. 3 and 4 actually give that whole of like the way that they died kind of makes them into what they are. Like,
gotcha.
There's the infamous CD Cenobite, where like he was a DJ in life and then ended up with CDs in his head, and we don't talk about that guy because he's horrible. But
wait, he was a DJ?
I think that was it. He was a DJ. There was something about, like, there was a reason he was like, his head was basically CDs just going all over.
Oh, gotcha. Head. Okay, so I have to interject here. What's a DJ's favorite sauce? Okay.
Oh my god.
And we're moving on. Sorry, I couldn't let the DJ opportunity
pass. Open and get Nate. Get Nate for that.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, it's a visual thing too. Just okay, and we're good. And moving on.
And go. But there's another in the 4th one. There's 2 brothers where they're twins, and Pinhead goes like, I hear your fears, don't separate me from my brother, and they get turned into
put together.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I mean, like, I honestly feel like we kind of did you a little disservice on this one.
I same. I feel like I feel like we fell down a little bit, and we might need to offer some extra credit here.
Okay, extra credit with 1 and 2 or something like that.
No. I think we can.
I want to give you the most vile thing in my arsenal.
I want to give you something that
we're not going to throw you Human Centipede right now.
No,
vanilla paste.
Because I did think of that.
No, I'd have to hard out on that one. Nope.
So
no, 2 rolls, 1 cup is off the table also. Okay.
Right. No, like, I think if we wanted to do a little extra credit, we should throw Terrifier in there.
Ooh. Yep.
That sounds like it should be scary.
I think that's more kind of what you were looking for, like, expecting.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, Terrifier.
So if you want to do some extra credit.
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay, I'm looking this up now. I mean,
okay.
If I look it up as like, Terrifier 2.
Speaking of, Terrifier 2 is getting rave reviews too. Everybody is loving that movie, and I can't wait for it to hit a streaming service.
Terrifier
2016. Okay, that was a good year.
Yeah, and it's free somewhere. Where was it, Joe? Where'd you find it?
Where was it? Terrifier.
That's okay.
It wasn't on Shudder because this was before my Shudder kicked in. Amazon Prime Video.
That's correct. Yes.
Beauty. Okay, sounds good.
All right. So with that, Joe, what did you think of Hellraiser?
Yeah, I was gonna say we should have ended with me.
Well, because I wanted to be able to.
No, you burst our bubble, Nate.
Yeah, sorry. You really did. No, I loved it. Okay. If I were to nitpick, I could nitpick the hell out of this, but I'm not going to because this is what I've been waiting for like 15, however many years.
Yeah.
I've suffered through a lot of really, really, really terrible Hellraiser movies. Right. And I'm like, please just give me a good one. Yeah. And this was a good one. Little nitpicking aside, the Cenobites were great. The storyline, even though they changed some things, they changed them for the betterment of the story, for its own, to be its own story. Yeah. So like the box, the whole like, you have to go through each iteration of the box. That's new. That was never a thing. But I'm like, I'm good with it. It kind of makes it more interesting.
Well, how did they do it before? How did you get to the different forms?
There was never different. There was just the box. So you open the box. Yeah. You get shocked. The walls come down. The Cenobites come and they come take you away. And you open the box because you want to. If you
pleasures of the flesh.
Yeah, you're looking for extra either pleasure, pain, what have you. You're not satisfied with this life. You want something more. So you open the box looking for that. They come and tear you apart, and you're like, "Oh, this sucks. This wasn't what I was looking for at all."
Like worse sad trombone music in the background.
Yep. Yeah.
And the second movie brought in the whole thing of so I'm going to be bouncing around a little bit.
That's okay.
The new movie, the Vought character, whatever his name is, he's kind of like in the second movie, Dr. Chenard. He's like looking, he knows how the box works. He's looking to get all the goodies without doing the work. So that's why he's getting the sex party dude to open it. He's like, trying to, like, he's finding all these people to do all the dirty work. Which, this is the one problem I have with this movie, is because in the second movie, Dr. Chenard did that. He had a whole, like, mental institute and found the girl that could do puzzles and was like, oh, give her the box. She'll open the box. They'll come, and then I can reap the benefits, and she gets the pain and all the shittiness.
Yeah.
When they come, they're like, it's not hands that call us, it's desire. So they let the girl go because she didn't even know what she was doing. She was opening the puzzle box just like, oh, it's a puzzle, and I'm, in a mental institution, I have issues, and I'm just making the puzzle work. And they went after him because he was like, your desire was what called us. It wasn't her opening the box. It was your want to have the box open. So, that's like, for this movie, I'm like, they're kind of swooping that under the rug or, messing it up. But I do actually like the iterations, because there is an iteration of the box where it turns into the Leviathan. I don't know what you call it. When it looks like this.
Oh, right.
The last configuration.
Yeah, it's the pointy part where we're like, we're gonna stick somebody with that. Oh, there it is. Oh, hey.
So that's directly from 2. Chenard opens the box. It becomes the Leviathan. And Leviathan is the god of the Cenobite realm. And Leviathan is the pointy thing. Like, it's not a person, it's not a being, it's literally the pointy box thing.
Oh, yeah, that comes down. Okay, that makes sense.
So that scene in the new one is shot for shot the one in 2.
Oh, is it cool?
Yeah, with the labyrinth below and the pointy thing and the clouds, literally shot for shot. I'm like,
yeah,
perfect. So stuff like that. All the music is really reminiscent of the first two movies.
Yeah.
And still, like, just stuff like that. Watching it, I was like, my heart was like bursting. I'm like, oh, thank you.
God, you really should have let me go last. I'm sorry, Joe. I peed in your cereal.
No, it's fine. Like, I'm good with it, because this is like, that's the whole point. Is this movie is probably not for everybody, but I'm really stoked because I think it's for Hellraiser fans. So
yeah,
thank you. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Andy,
I definitely got that vibe.
It.
Yeah, no, I definitely got that vibe from it. That it was definitely a love letter to the fans, and not. And I think it's sort of represented here as well, with someone new to the franchise not necessarily getting, the weight of everything, where we've sort of hung on with all of those. And again, I want to say I stopped watching after 4. I didn't watch any of the other Hellraisers after that, but still, having that sort of investment already with it, I really enjoyed this movie, and I thought it was, again, a sort of a worthy reinterpretation of introducing us to this world. Hulu has come out with a lot of behind the scenes, definitely around the Cenobites, which has been really cool, just seeing them get into their makeup and everything, which is neat. So if you have a chance, check that out. They've been posting that on YouTube as well. But
I saw some pictures where, it's like when they're on their break, and it's like the Cenobites and like, like cloth, or just like their like jackets and stuff. And
yeah,
it's just funny.
Yeah. So, but no, I totally enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good watch, and I thought it was really cool. So, again, I enjoyed it. I thought it was well worthy of the Hellraiser name.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else do you have for the horror corner, Joe?
That's it.
Okay. I want to amend. I want to throw a couple things here. Jamie and I watched a movie called Raven's Hollow this last weekend. It is about a young Edgar Allan Poe as an army cadet investigating a body that he found on the road where he. It's late 1800s, right? Him and his army cadet buddies are riding through, and they come to a body that is like totally mangled. And they take it to a nearby town called Raven's Hollow, and a bunch of weird shit's going on over there. This was a weird watch, and like I'm half tempted to have you watch it, Joe, just to see what you think about it, because it's one of those movies that's weird while you're watching it, and you're like, wow, this could be really, really good, but then like at the end, you're just like, okay. Did I like that, or did I not like that movie?
I'm not sure.
Right, and so it was interesting. Obviously, there's a lot of Easter eggs for Edgar Allan Poe's work in there, but I thought it was again, it was just one of those watches where you just like, you don't know how you feel at the end. Like, it could have either been very, like, you could easily tell yourself that was a brilliant movie, or you could tell yourself that it was the weirdest movie that you've ever seen. So anyway, and then what was the other thing that I wanted? American Horror Story, the full NYC opens up tomorrow night.
Ooh,
19th.
Nice.
So yeah, so we get some more American Horror Story. So that's it for me. Nate,
Huh?
do you want to do the Marvel Minute now?
Yeah, sure. I guess I could throw like horror adjacent. Blade got delayed big time.
Right. I'm sorry. can I also mention how amazing fucking Werewolf by Night is?
Yes, I was gonna say that next.
Shit, I knew there was something I didn't watch.
Joven, it's so good.
Damn it.
Okay, let's not say
wow.
anything. Let's save it for next podcast because
I've heard amazing things too.
It's
so,
fucking brilliant. I love it so much.
Werewolf by Night and then Andor.
Yes. Right.
I will get on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Blade got shut down, not just delayed. So
it's completely kaput.
It's completely no, it's not kaput. Right now, it's shut down
on pause.
Yeah, the article name is shut down, but basically they put it on pause, and it's still in the schedule, but way back now. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we can keep Mahershala Ali after losing a director, and I guess the next one that people wanted is also like, nope, I'm not touching that. So
oh wow,
we'll see what happens. Yeah, sure. So okay. A lot of stuff happened in the last couple weeks, but we'll just kind of kick through this really quick. I guess maybe start with She-Hulk because everybody's current on the finale and all that stuff. Yeah. What a fucking way to wrap that show up. Oh my god. Really kind of hard to put the whole show into a box because it was all over the place and really didn't seem to have any direction at all. And finally they're like, I guess we'll end it this way. I really love the series. I really love the actress. I really love a lot of the things they did with it. This finale blew me away with the way they were able to kind of tie the room together. And it really, and it started throwing like all these weird, come at me, bro, where the guy gets the blood and he's like, oh, I am the Hope King. And then Bruce drops in from the ceiling and Titania pops in the door and she's like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on here? And then completely breaks the fourth wall into like the real world, into the Marvel menu when I swear I thought I hit a button.
Right. I did too.
Right. And then does the whole swing into the other show and then is in the real world in the actual writer's room, apparently, with those are the actual writers on the show that she's talking to. I'm going to go talk to Kevin. So apparently that's the actual receptionist person at Marvel. And then there's the NDA thing right there. And then into Kevin's office and it's the fucking Kevin Android thing.
Right. Yeah.
With the fucking
Kevin
hat.
GLaDOS.
It had a hat. It was amazing. Right. It had a little hat. And just kind of the whole back and forth between the two of them. And she's like, when are we getting the X-Men? Wink and looks at the screen like, oh, right. Wait, they said the thing. That's the first time they've said the thing in the MCU. They said the thing. And so that was awesome. And then the fact when she's talking about, well, Bruce smashes buildings and I smash fourth walls and sometimes Matt Murdock. Oh, I fucking died. So I guess long story short, I really love the series. Addie absolutely loved it. Annie loved the hell out of it because it was very like on her level, yes, bitch, go do that shit kind of thing.
Right.
And I really love the way they kind of tied it up. The whole reveal at the end with Hulk's son, I was like, I fucking called it. It. That's why the ship came from Sakaar, because he was trapped inside Hulk for several years and didn't realize he was boning and had a baby. So yeah, overall, it's interesting. The show is kind of flat in a lot of spots. I really love the Daredevil episode. I think that episode in general really added a lot of like depth to her character, and it brought Charlie Cox back, obviously, which was amazing.
Yeah.
But, I can't wait to see more of both of them, which will be great. So overall, I'd give that a pretty high score. I don't know, probably an 8 out of 10 for me. In general. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think?
No, I thought this was, again, it's such a different Marvel series that we've ever gotten.
Right.
That again, you get the episodic nature of things with a few overarching story elements, rolling through it, and to be so meta at the end with everything that they do and call out sort of its ridiculousness, in order to
making fun of it too. Like that was the best. Yeah.
Right. No, in order to bring it home, I just thought that it was so different that it was very sort of well done. And like I can see where some people wouldn't necessarily get it.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
But at the same time, like, you know, not everything you put out needs to be sort of moving in a singular direction. Like, you can have fun with a character and not necessarily need to advance the story, even though they did with Hulk's son and bringing in, you know, Daredevil and whatnot. Is you're just sort of, you know, you're just sort of teeing up little things here for later reveals. But yeah, you know, I mean, by no means like sort of like groundbreaking, like holy crap, I can't believe they just did that. But again, just it was a fun watch and it was entertaining and it was a good. I enjoyed it as well, and it was it was definitely a show to look forward to every week. So, Joe, what did you think?
Yeah, same. Yeah, it was fun. I liked it a lot. And, the hurting for Yurton fucking killed me.
Hell yeah.
that whole episode was hilarious.
Hurting for a Yurton and a Bombas day.
Yeah.
Really and Madison. Oh my god. Yeah. I love Madison so much.
I know I kind of was kind of bummed that she was just in that one episode, and I'm sure they will bring her back in a future season, because they just confirmed that they're doing another season of She-Hulk. So so I'm sorry if I trumped you there, Nate.
That just happened. So no
worries. And so I mean, I guarantee you Madison will be back. Follow her. If you follow the actress on Instagram, she posted some great behind the scenes pictures of it.
Oh, nice. Right
which is great. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, we get Wong at the end, and so I'm sure she's hanging out. Like, who's your friend?
It would have been great to see her just popping popcorn in the background on the couch or something. You know?
Oh, and like the first episode of Game of Thrones is coming on or something like that in the background.
Right, yeah.
Oh my God, this show's great. He dies though. Oh,
yeah.
You know?
All right.
Damn it.
Wongers, you're gonna miss House of the Dragon. Get in here.
Seriously. Anyway, yeah. So awesome. That's cool that you guys like
it. Kevin totally reminded me of GLaDOS. I was like waiting for him to go evil.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There's a couple other pieces I had off the newsreel for the last couple weeks related to She-Hulk, so I figured I'd just run through those real quick.
Yeah.
Marvel actually considered bringing back Ed Norton for that finale scene where Bruce drops through the ceiling, because that's how the Abomination saw Hulk in the last time they had seen each other, kind of thing.
Oh, that's right.
Ed Norton as Hulk. So they had actually considered it and had kind of gone a little bit down that road to bring him back, but they decided not to, kind of you know, in the beginning steps of it. But that would have been interesting. I did
love that sort of throwaway line in the very first episode or not in the first episode, but when she was
I'm a different person now.
I'm literally a different person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's see. And then She-Hulk joined Rotten Tomatoes best shows of 2020 list. So it cracked.
Ooh.
I think it's 74 of the top 100. Which, I mean, there's a lot of shows in 2022. I'm not sure how good that is. But it's actually a relatively high score. I think it's like an 86 or something like that on Rotten Tomatoes. For the reviewers' score. The audience score obviously got review bombed because they can't handle women and inclusion. Let's see, where was it? I think it's 77 it was 77 out of 100 with a score of 87 total.
Okay. So, that's good.
Yeah, it is pretty good. Just at a quick glance, there's the top 20 all have 100% scores, which is
really
nuts. Yeah, you've got like Heartstopper season 1, Barry season 3, Legend of Vox Machina, the animated show, season 1 got 100%. Let's see, Peaky Blinders season 6, Kids in the Hall season 1, like What We Do in the Shadows season 4, Reservation Dogs season 2, which I've heard is fucking phenomenal. I need to watch that show actually.
Oh yeah, that's right.
George Carlin's American Dream limited series got 100%. Yeah, so it's stuff like that. Anyway, let's see. So that wraps up the She-Hulk block. The rest of this is not like So Disney issued a statement. Apparently they were considering not releasing Black Panther in France for some reason. Black Panther Wakanda Forever, the new one, in France for some reason, and specifically they have a media chronology law which requires streaming platforms like Disney Plus can only add films to their service after they've been released 17 months ago. Like, so there has to be a specific window before they can stream things, which makes sense for like the local movie houses and that kind of thing. But Disney was not having that. So for a while they were like, oh, we might probably not going to release it in France because of this bullshit media chronology thing. But then apparently they acquiesced and they're going to go ahead and do that. So, which just means they're not going to be able to see it on Disney Plus in that region forever. So,
wow, that's nuts.
Yeah, interesting. But yeah. But let's see. So Marvel MCU basically mapped out phase 5 and phase 6, the next 16 movies going through 2026. I'm not going to go through all that. I'll give you the link and we can add it to the show notes because there's a lot. But however, let me just hit the quick high notes coming up. So Black Panther, Wakanda Forever on the 11th. New trailer dropped with a bunch of Namor. I'm fucking hyped. So good. Another new trailer dropped actually that has a bunch of kind of behind the scenes people, all the actors talking about it as it's showing different scenes from the movie. And there's a bunch of Riri Williams in the background making her Ironheart suit, which will be cool. So that's the last thing in phase 4 apparently is Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And then we hit phase 5 in February 2023 with Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, which will be cool. Jonathan Majors coming back as King the Conqueror. And holy fuck, that guy's getting ripped for that role. So, which is weird because I always thought Kang was in a suit. Like, give him a muscle suit, this dude. But fuck, he's ripped. And then after that, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 to look forward to in May of 2023. Then we got the Marvels in July. Captain America: New World Order will follow the following year, and that dovetails nicely into Harrison Ford being officially cast as Thunderbolt Ross in Captain America: New World Order. And that's where he's supposed to make his first appearance.
Who called it?
Getting Han Solo. Pretty sure I called that. We're getting Han Solo in the MCU. So, I mean, a grumpy general, I'm pretty sure he could pull that off.
Yeah, I think he got it.
In his wheelhouse. Yeah, and then Blade gets bumped all the way back to almost the end of 2024. So there's a lot of other stuff here. Oh, untitled Deadpool movie wraps up 2024. Sorry. And that'll be the end of phase 5. Then we get phase 6, which will be Fantastic Four and that kind of thing, and the Avengers movies. So there's a lot of stuff coming out. It's going to be great. As Kevin Smith likes to put it, it's like, ooh, new goalpost to stay alive till. Like, okay. Right. Stay alive for another month for Black Panther and then 2 more years for Deadpool. So let's see what else we got. Loki season 2 wrapped apparently, the filming. So that's amazing. Nice. Yeah. So I guess they just have posts to do, and that's obviously going to take a while with something like Loki, but that should come out reasonably soon. So I think we see that next year. Sacha Baron Cohen rumored as Mephisto in the MCU. This has been come through a bunch of different avenues. I do like the other one though. The other rumored casting was Willem Dafoe as Mephisto. It caused some problems with a little bit of the MCU timeline, considering the whole Goblin thing. But you know, it's a multiverse. He would be fucking great in that role. But I actually also love the pull of Sacha Baron Cohen because he's a hell of an actor and can play like a crazed, devil. Right. Devil. Yeah. So that would be interesting to see. That's all rumor at this point. A couple different houses throwing that in. So nothing official yet, but that's the rumor from a bunch of different sources. Marvel Studios' first R-rated show gets record-breaking episode count. And now every time I see this, my heart sinks. Because it always means bad things. They had the same lead in to She-Hulk finale has record-breaking runtime at 26 minutes or whatever the fuck it was. It was super short. Apparently Marvel Zombies is going to be 4 episodes. 4 fucking episodes. So hopefully they're like 45 minutes each or an hour each, maybe. Hopefully. Why the hell would you have a whole a new show that's like 30 minutes?
Well, but I had this discussion with Jimmy about Werewolf by Night, and I won't go into any specifics, but that was a 56-minute
that was
feature.
Yeah.
Right. And again, I think it told the story that it needed to tell. I'm like I'm totally okay with a truncated season as long as it tells a good story.
Well,
and
yeah,
everything.
as long as
I
we
don't
get meat to it too. Like Marvel
right.
Zombies is
Yeah.
pretty intense.
You don't need 6 episodes when 4 will do.
Yeah,
At
as
the
long
same
as they're
time,
meaty.
yeah. Right.
Zombies,
No,
yeah.
exactly. But and again, if it's enough to tell the story and tell the story well, then do it.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, they really could have done She-Hulk in half the episodes, but I feel like they were really shooting for the legal drama, so they made it like TV show length shows, which made sense. It was just kind of a bummer because we were so spoiled on the longer form stuff.
Yeah, but again, it was fun enough to where and it needed to have that. That I think 6 episodes would have been too small. They would have need to just not necessarily fool around as much as they did.
Right.
Yep. So I know. I think what they did with She-Hulk was fine.
Yeah. No, fair point. Let's see what else. We already talked about Harrison Ford. We just mentioned that. Marvel shutting down Blade reboot. We mentioned that. That actually hasn't been shut down, just pushed way back. Marvel Studios met with Chloe Grace Moretz for an MCU role. So everyone's like, ooh, what's she going to be? What's she going to be? And I fucking want her as, oh God, what is it? X-22? Logan, the girl that has like the claws and shit. But like the MCU version of like the X-Men version of that, she would fucking kick ass in that. There's all kinds of roles. She mentioned that she wants to play a villain, so maybe Mystique or something like that.
There you go.
Anyway, yeah.
She's got a cool new show coming out called The Peripheral, I think.
Oh,
that looks really good.
Yeah, you put a thing on and you go.
Yeah, and it seems very multiversy. Yeah.
Yeah. That looks really cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't really have much more except for Werewolf by Night, which we're not going to cover yet.
We will not
canonically
discuss.
Werewolf by Night happens right after the most recent Thor movie, if that matters. It seems,
dude. You know what? Like, I need a map. I need a timeline map because this is just this. But it's getting so muddled right now.
They have one. They updated it with everything. They even have a visual pictures for you, Andy.
Oh, thank you.
In the show notes. Put it in the show notes because I need it too.
We'll add it there. It actually has like a 42 item list, and then they have the graphical representation. It actually looks really cool.
Okay.
That would be fun to put in the show notes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so canonically it looks, it's black and white and you can't really tell when it's happening, but apparently it happens right after Thor Love and Thunder. So there you go.
Well, okay. So a real quick journey through streaming service selections of the week, and then we can talk about some of the hot discussion topics around the larger shows. But first and foremost, to keep it spooky, on Hulu, Bite Size Halloween. I mentioned this last time, but these are little horror shorts on Hulu. They just released season 3. She-Hulk herself, Tatiana Maslany, is in one of them, which is great. And so, and these are just again, these are so much fun just to watch and to absorb. And it's not a big time commitment. And so, if you want something spooky and fun to watch a little bit, go for it. And again, not a big commitment. I think you'll like it. Ghost on Paramount Plus is rolling through their season. It's great. I mentioned American Horror Story starts this week, so very excited to get through that. Speaking of George Takei, he showed up on Lower Decks.
Yes, go on.
So we had Lower Decks again is just killing it this year on Paramount, and it's another incredibly strong season. And Huey, or Huey, I call Huey from The Boys, Jack Quaid, Ensign Boimler has sort of gets knocked out, has this fever dream, and sort of rolls through the Generations arc where he ends up on Kirk's farm, and there's someone brushing the horse's mane, and he's like, Admiral Kirk, and it turns around and it's Sulu, voiced by George Takei, and it's just it's so great. Such a great cameo, and I mean, I can't say enough good things. If you're any sort of Star Trek fan and you're not watching Lower Decks and loving it, I'm sorry. Get Paramount Plus and start watching it. Nice. Also, straight out of New York Comic-Con, we got a meaty Picard season 3 trailer, and oh my god, that looks so good. You get great looks at all of the cast. Brent Spiner returning as evil Data Lore. You also get Professor James Moriarty from the originals, from the Next Generation series, returning as a story element. But Worf standing on the transporter explaining how he's a pacifist now. And then Riker under his breath saying we're all gonna die. And then the villain, Amanda Plummer, daughter of Christopher Plummer, who played Chang in Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. My goodness. But Amanda Plummer herself, obviously we all know as the villain from So I Married an Axe Murderer. I mean, come on.
Be cool, honey bunny.
Right. Thanks. Right. And from Pulp Fiction, of course.
Good pull, Joe. That was Joe's credit.
Hot damn. I mean, this season is shaping up to be something just incredible. I heard
talk about needing a visual diagram. Like, as we know, her father played the third ensign on the episode of blah blah, Discovery.
Right. But I also heard that LeVar Burton's actual daughter, who hosts a lot of the live Star Trek events, is going to play his actual daughter in the series.
Yay. That's amazing.
So, nepotism. Which is great.
Let's go.
Yeah. If you follow her on Instagram, she has a lot of great stuff on there. It's Michaela Burton.
Yeah, I would imagine that he raised an amazing human being.
Oh my goodness.
Just like a shining light of a person.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, this is, as it is a really great time to be a Marvel fan right now, it is the best time to be a Star Trek fan. And with that, let's just jump into House of the Dragon. We are on the precipice of the season finale. When this airs, it will be season finale. No, it won't be. We'll have a couple days till the season finale. We're going to air on Friday. So we have a couple days to sort of absorb everything that's going on. But
yeah, we might need to put an extra shot together for that if it's as crazy as the ending of this one was. Oh,
I think so, man. The final few minutes of this episode, like, really sort of showed. I mean, the whole series has been week to week, sort of showing just how incredible you can get, in building tension with these characters and everything, but then getting sort of equally wonderful payoffs with a bunch of these characters that you could have easily been forgotten about, but they give them sort of the right moments to shine. And I don't know if we want to have a little bit of a larger discussion around it, not larger discussion, but a short discussion around it right now.
Rhaenys is a badass.
Yeah. And dude, how much of a dick is Kristen Cole, man?
Please, somebody kill that fucker.
I am excited for Daemon to slice his head open like the poor Valerian brother as well.
Oh, jeez, yeah. He can keep his tongue.
Right.
Take Christian's tongue and then slice him open.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. But it's been a while since we've talked about this, but the last 2 episodes alone, Paddy Considine coming into the throne room all just screwed up and says, I think I'll sit in that chair today. And basically telling everybody, why are we discussing this? Because this is what I've said and this is how it's going to go.
Can we just be a normal family for an evening?
I know. I love the look on all the Hightower's faces when he came in the throne room and took the throne again, as much pain and as long. I mean, because man, like, you felt every step of him walking through that throne room, just trying to get up to the throne. Oh man, that was just so incredible.
When his crown falls off and Damon helps him with it, I was just like, oh my God, my heart.
Yeah, apparently that wasn't scripted at all. Apparently that happened during filming and they kept it. They just kept shooting it and kept it. That's brilliant.
That is incredible. And then the family dinner scene, which I know that we've all attended family dinners in some vein of, having some family there that you don't necessarily like, and stuff gets said, and that's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, these strong boys with their strong to the health of my nephews. That was the best.
Say strong again. Say strong one more goddamn time.
No, the best part though was right before that when they put the roast pig in front of him and the strong boy started laughing like, oh no. Oh, this is gonna go down in a minute. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Let's drain our cups to these three strong boys.
Right. Right. And then we jump into this last episode here where Viserys has died, right? At the end of the last episode, and so now we get this, and I we get this great sequence of, and it's crazy too because we don't get Rhaenyra or Daemon at all, right? They've already gone back, and so we get the complete and total scheming of, all right, he's dead. And I love the small council scene where Alicent is like, well, was his dying wish to have Aegon? And the council's like, no, we've been planning this for all the time. So we're going to go, this is going to happen. And just like,
all right, get on this, you get on that. And she's like, wait, you guys planned this the whole time?
She was taken aback. And that was kind of the thing, like, oh, wait, she might not be the most horrible person on the planet because she didn't want this to happen that way. But I mean, backing up even further, like the way that it starts with an empty throne and an empty room, council room, and just nobody, and then the one random servant goes and talks to her lady in waiting, and then it's like this super hush thing because they're gonna try and pull a fucking coup and seize power, so it's gotta be all cloak and dagger so nobody knows the king is dead. But then the lady in waiting lights a candle on the window, and you find out later that's for the white worm person, which is I was like, is that a euphemism for Daemon's junk? Because that was his mistress. Like, I don't understand how that goes together. But yeah, it was really cool. Cloak and dagger, kind of very mellow intro. And then obviously, it's like, oh, the king's dead, and everything kind of goes to shit at the council table because the one old dude, I think he's the master of coin, it's like, I will not stand for this. This is treason at the minimum, and blah. And then you see fucking Sir Prince Valiant behind him, and like, oh God, something bad's gonna happen. And sit down. And he just, like, the guy is 60 and 7 winters, and takes a crystal globe to the side of the head. And then the hand doesn't let anyone leave the room. Like, we're not leaving until we finish our business. So that guy's just gonna bleed on the table. Good God, man. It was, that was an intense open for sure.
Yeah. No, I think this, I mean, that opening alone just sort of delivers on all the great sort of Game of Thrones, like stuff that we've expect from Game of Thrones, Right. And it's, God damn, it was so good. And then the exchange between Alicent and Rhaenys, when Rhaenys gets locked in the room, and she's basically telling her, well, this, hey, this is how it's gonna go down, and you should have been queen. It never should have been. And it was just like, it was so great. And then I love the two teams out searching for Aegon.
Right? Oh, the twins. Eric and Arik.
Eric with an A and Arik with an E, or Eric with an E and Arik with an A, and just like, come on.
Lazy ass person that named those kids.
Right. Yeah. But solid for them for casting actual twins and saving some on the VFX budget there. And but yeah, and then what's it, Amond and Christian Cole going out, and I just, I love them finding him in the sept and him basically Jon Snowing it, saying, I don't want this, I don't want to be king. And
I'll go away, you'll never see me again.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and then no, the coronation, that whole just like dog and pony show, getting him sober enough to walk down the hall there. And dude, the escape from King's Landing too, getting sort of Rhaenys trying to get her out, and then her getting pushed into the coronation hall, and then
I see the dragon pit. I know where I'm going.
yeah.
And that was the whole thing, is they built the sept on top of the dragon pit to kind of like squash the old ways and prop up the seven and all that. And like, oh, that was a big fucking mistake. She's like, wait, we're going there? Oh, yes. You can almost see like the excellent thing happening.
Right. So, I mean, and just at that point, like holy crap, then fucking she comes through on the dragon.
Ugh, dude, the ending was so good.
I know, and the dragon's all armored up and everything, and then they comes through literally face to face with everybody. All she needs to utter is one word, and you could roll credits.
And
an entire nation watching Game of Thrones said it once, Dracarys.
Right, no war. And I'm literally yelling like, burn them all.
I know.
Oh God.
But she decides to just do it, make it loud, and then get out and be the bearer of bad news to Dragonstone.
Right.
Like that, dude, like that. See, I was on the edge of my seat when the dragon comes in, and just that whole sequence.
Yeah, and I love the after show where they're talking about it. Like, what's the worst thing that could happen during a coronation? Oh yeah, a dragon from exploding from below. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So good.
Right. Yeah.
And I actually really loved the aesthetic of this dragon. Or at least the head of it's not a fucking dragon. The wyvern. They call them dragons. The dragon. Right. It really reminded me of like the high fantasy D&D red dragons with the big horns, like in a ring around the neck kind of thing. And it kind of frilled out when it was roaring at him. And yeah, it looked fucking great. That's one of the things I really do appreciate, is the differences between the dragons in this series.
No, absolutely.
And it teased a couple other ones potentially that we might see in the finale. Look very big and crazy. So we'll see how that goes.
I'm curious to see the dragon byline in the budget.
Oh man, all the money. God.
Yeah, I know. But man, I again, this show's just killing it week to week, and I'm going to feel the same way I felt after Game of Thrones season 1 when Ned Stark's head rolled. I have to wait.
Yeah. That's what hooked me on the books. My cousin gave me the first book, and he's like, just make sure you read till the end. Like, what do you mean? It's like, you'll know. And immediately I went, wait, what? There's no like, nobody on a griffin's gonna come save the guy. No, what? I love that guy. Yeah. Wait a minute, he's fucking dead. And and then I just voraciously read everything. Except, funny enough, did not read this whole Fire and Blood thing, which I'm gonna have to rectify.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see who makes it out of this season.
Yeah. Apparently they've already made some pretty significant changes to the book. So
okay, well, and I don't know, but I'm curious to see what the body count, if any, is going to be for the final episode, if there is going to be, or there's just going to be some clever executions that fully start, the Civil War. So, Joe, is there anything else that you need to inject on House of the Dragon here?
No, you guys pretty much nailed it.
That being said, any other notes on House of the Dragon?
Oh man, I have a couple, but
Okay.
they're in the form of tweets that Annie sent me that I thought were so fucking hilarious. I have to read them on the show.
Okay. Yeah.
So the first one is from @DemocracyDiva. Once you realize Allison Hightower's never had an orgasm, everything she does becomes a lot easier to understand. Oh,
that's
my
great.
God, that was brutal. And the other one was even better. Was Allison Hightower selling feet pics for information to Lara Strong was not on my bingo card for tonight's episode.
Oh my God, I must have.
Oh my God, we fucking died.
Joe,
We looked at each other like,
you're
is
silent. You're silent,
this,
Joe.
is
Speak
this
up.
happening? This isn't really happening. Oh my God, it's happening. Wait, he's going for it. Oh no, wait a minute. See, that episode or that portion of the show gave me more pause than fucking all of Hellraiser. Oh my God. Joe, we can't
Joe,
hear
you're
you.
you're still silent, Joe.
There you
Hello?
go. There she
Oh,
is.
Yeah.
okay, Jesus. But
Okay.
like, how did that somehow make incest the lesser,
Yeah.
like,
Right?
bad thing? Like, the feet was so much worse.
It was so much worse. It's like, wait, what is she doing? She took her shoes off and she's putting her stocking feet. Oh no. Wait, but this is Game of Thrones where there's like cocks everywhere. So
Yeah.
Right.
what's with the feet? Oh, because
The
she's the
feet
queen.
is.
It's his kink. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
Jesus.
I initially thought that they were just going to be having a relationship under the king's like nose. You know, I mean, as slimy as Laris is, like, I just figured that's where they're going to go with it. And yeah, and then no, the second she puts her feet on the table, I'm just like, no. And then she takes the sock off, and you're just like, no.
Oh yeah.
No.
I'm gonna show you my ankles, boy.
The minute she took the
Right?
sock off, I was like, oh God, I know what this is.
I mean, and man, like the look on her face when she turns to the side and just like
like
Oh
throws
my
her foot up there
man.
like it's pulling out a titty, just like, oh God,
Right.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
I was kind of rooting for a titty. Like, please pull out a titty. Let's go.
I know, right?
I mean, okay,
yeah.
wait. So some of the comments to this tweet are, I have to read you guys some of these. This
Okay,
is fucking
all right.
hilarious. So it's like, looks like Laris is history's first OnlyFans subscriber. Like, oh no, with that. She's like, this little piggy went to market for murder. Oh my God, these are so fucking great. I'm gonna send you guys this link. This was so good. Oh my God. Oh no. Especially since he isn't Laris Strong missing a foot? Or he's got like a club foot or something like that.
It showed him walking in on a like a
bag
metal
almost, yeah.
like or something like a age appropriate prosthetic, if you will.
Oh my God, somebody made an OnlyFans page for Allison. It says @QueenFeet.
Oh no.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
thank you. No, thank you for reminding me of that scene because I lovingly glossed over it.
Oh my God. Yeah. Thank you, Annie, for bringing this to our attention with this amazing tweet string. So props to you, man.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Good shit. Okay.
Moving
Moving on.
Yeah. Again, let us know what you guys think of House of the Dragon on our social media. But we did have a huge season finale last Friday. Rings of Power, Amazon Prime.
Did you have a chance to catch up, Jobin?
Yes, I did. I watched all of it. So
okay, I am officially going last on this review. I'd love to hear Jobin's opening thoughts.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Let's get Joe's take on this. Joe,
I hate
Rings of Power.
Absolutely hate it. Fuck this show.
Oh no.
No, I'm totally kidding.
Okay, good. I was like,
no, it did take me the first 3 episodes to actually kind of get into it. It was so like House of the Dragon just went right out the gate and just like didn't even stop. So like Rings of Power for me was like, okay, like I know the history. I get it. Okay, this is really slow. I'm losing it. And then like I think it was the 4th episode. Whenever they introduced Adar, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
So and then of course, guess who Joe has a crush on?
Right? The dark, deadly dark elf guy. Of course.
Yep.
Is anybody surprised? Nope. Yep.
Nope.
But after that I was like all in, just picking them up, putting them down, just next one.
Yeah.
So what about the finale specifically? Did you have any like high points or like surprises or any of that?
Surprisingly, I called the stranger from episode 1.
Yeah.
The minute I saw that guy, I was like, fucking Gandalf.
Yeah, we talked about it.
And then, yep. Once I got through the whole thing, I'm like, okay, I was right. Yeah. Yep. Got Hellbrand totally spoiled.
Really?
That's the one I didn't see coming. I was like, shit. So yeah, I was. It was kind of half my fault, half not my fault. Because Twitter always shows like those targeted ads, and like I got a bunch of spoilers from that. But then I was like, I actually Googled. I was like typing in because I wanted to find out what his necklace meant. I wanted to remind myself what the necklace was, and so I was typing in Halbrand necklace. The minute I hit Halbrand, it's like Sauron. I'm like,
oh man!
Spoiler alert for the listeners of Rum Regret podcast.
Right? Yeah. Well, they should know that we are a spoiler-heavy podcast.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's a funny joke.
Yeah, and then the end where I'm just like, okay, like Halron Sauerbrand just walks into Mordor. I'm like, he walked into Mordor.
One does not simply walk into Mordor. It's like, hold my grog.
And then he turns, and I'm like, oh god, he's hot too. Damn it! Why'd you have to make Sauron hot?
Yeah, it's hot Sauron season apparently.
Yeah, and the scene with him and Galadriel, I'm like, okay, now I ship it. Oh god, I'm going to like the deepest pit of hell. My mother's going to disown me.
Yep. Well, no,
if she doesn't already have Sauron Galadriel fan fiction of her own.
I was going to say, there's got to be some out there. Oh no.
But I'm stoked. I'm like, now I'm bummed I have to wait 2 years for more.
Right. Yeah. And that's the real bummer here is that they are sort of halfway through filming season 2 right now.
Right.
But yeah, with the heavy VFX and everything, that we're not going to get season 2 until 2024. Which is crazy, but you know what, for the quality that this show is producing, I hate to say it, I am okay to wait for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't rush this. Do not rush this at all.
No, they won't. They've got $1 billion invested in this right now, at least. So,
right,
they're going to take their time and try to do it right, because a lot of their other stuff has really kind of fallen off. Like their whole all their video game arms have failed, basically. So this is really kind of a linchpin for their multimedia empire right now.
Right. Yeah. Well, that and the boys. So.
Well, yeah. I meant as far as where all the money is,
No, of course.
If they spent $1 billion on the boys, can you imagine what show we would have gotten out of that? Oh my god!
I mean, how much does a giant penis and a huge bag of coke cost you?
I don't know. Do you need a giant penis? I can get you one by 3:00.
All right. Get you a giant penis and a bag of coke by 3:00. Come on. I mean, that's no problem.
Don't ask me how. You don't want to know.
Yeah, I got ways.
Yeah,
right. You don't even want to know.
You don't even want to know.
I have a tiny penis.
Squeenus makes. Oh man, when's the last time Squeens made a fucking appearance? You got to put him in the show notes in like full armor from Gondor or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Or like Sauron's helmet on his.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, he's getting the Green Man chest plate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. No, I thought that these last few episodes were really, really great. Were really, really telling of. Was a really great setup to this, and I had my suspicions about Halbrand as well, but until he started giving the Master Elven Smith notes on what to do, I'm just like,
right.
Right? Like this dude, no.
The boy, right?
Right, exactly. And yeah, and then I especially love the sequence with the wizard and those three. Do we
cultists or whatever they're
Yeah,
called? Yeah,
right.
mystics, I
Initially,
think, is what they're. Yeah.
okay. Initially mistaking him for Lord Sauron,
Yeah.
right? And just like, hey, we're here to follow you, Lord Sauron, and then basically the the ensuing battle with the Harfoot girl telling him, no, you're good, and then grabbing the staff and I'm
Yeah.
good,
Exactly.
and throwing it back. I just thought that sequence was great, and then him suddenly getting his Lilu-esque education and how to speak.
Right.
I know. So I really thought that this was all, like I said, it's a fantastic story, uh, on, outside of the show, right? It's an incredible story outside of the show. This is only enhancing, what we've known to be just an incredible story and a great start to this. So I'm totally stoked on this moving forward. I can't wait for season 2. We will have to wait for season 2, but it's going to be a worthy wait. So
More
yeah,
Disa.
right.
I swear,
Yeah.
she is my favorite character.
Yeah. Nate.
Yeah, man. I've been crowing about this show since Jump. It's just visually, it's amazing. The writing's on point. The acting's amazing. I mean, even if you're a major hater, which a lot of people are for some reason, even though they're not remaking anything. I think Joe mentioned this before, like the Silmarillion reads like stereo instructions. It's like this happens there, and this goes to there, and this is this thing. So they're basically creating this just from kind of ancient maps and like runic treasure map instructions and things of that nature. But they've put together a show, not really out of whole cloth, but using kind of just basic directions and creating new characters, obviously, and ways to fill those gaps, kind of like Dino DNA, if you will. And the movie Life Finds a Way, and I really fucking loved it.
Oh, I love it, Nate.
Right?
I love it.
Mean, God, I love this show so fucking much, and it looks fantastic. Like this would be something. So the scene when Cap gets his hammer in Endgame, certain scenes from like Ready Player One, even though I hate what it did to the book, and a couple choice shots from this show are how I would show off like my TV and the sound system with it.
Right.
Because this show is every inch the $250 million for the season. They spent all the money and it fucking looks it. Oh my God, this show is gorgeous. Like just the art direction and the scene construction and the costuming and the fucking VFX, everything is just chef's kiss, please.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see more, like bring me back, give me more of that final battle with Morgoth, because there was that hot take moment when you saw like the wyvern chomp down on the eagle and push it into the fire.
Yeah.
Like I want more of that shit. Give me some of that dark deadly shit. But in general, I mean, the finale, it really tied the room together. Sorry, we use that all the time.
Right.
We talked in our last podcast about potential theories about who people were, and we're like, Halbrand's literally wearing armor covered in fucking rings, and I wasn't really sure they were going to go there. And to their credit, they did a good job kind of jumping you back and forth and like, we're here to serve you, Lord Sauron, where and it has the stranger in gray. Even though I think Joe, you and I were both on the same page with Gandalf, and we talked about that early, and I went through the whole Nerdist thing, like Gandalf is immune to fire, and Gandalf does the whole thing with the world warps around him and gets dark, and he also talks to the fireflies. Like that's all reasons why it was Gandalf, right? But then the cultists come out, or the mystics come out, and they're like, we're here to serve you, Lord Sauron. And then they realize suddenly that he's not Sauron, and they call him an Astari, which is ends up being the wizards in the Third Age, like Saruman and Radagast and Gandalf. And you really kind of, just to jump to the end real quick, you really get the confirmation, 100% confirmation that it's Gandalf when he tells her to follow her nose, or follow your nose at the end, or whatever, because Gandalf said that in other movies. I think
Are
it was The
we?
Hobbit?
Are we?
Maybe?
Are we 100% on that? No, he did. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
does
did.
say that.
He says
I'm
it to
trying to remember
Mary.
when he says it.
I think it's in Moria.
Yeah, he also says it in The Hobbit when they're going into the troll cave.
No, wait, it can't be in Moria.
Yeah, when they're going into the troll cave. I'm pretty sure it's in The Hobbit when he's talking to Thorin.
No,
I think you're right. He
he's
does
talking
say
to
it to Mary
Mary.
too. Well, I think he
At
says it
least the
twice
one I.
then. Yeah, because
Then
there's a
he might have
screenshot
said
of it.
twice.
Yeah, whenever you're in doubt, always follow your nose, or something like that. And you're right. I think he was talking to Mary. So, yeah, so that's almost 100% guaranteeing that it's Gandalf. And then just think about it.
Okay.
His relationship with the Harfoots completely explains his love for the hobbits, because the Harfoots are progenitor hobbits, basically. So,
Right. Yeah. I mean that does track a little bit. I don't know. If they make it Gandalf, that would be easy. Do you think that would upset some of the hardcore? Joe, would Cindy be upset that that's Gandalf?
I don't think so, because she's not upset about it now, and she called it too.
yeah.
Oh, really?
I'd say if anybody's upset that
Because
that's Gandalf,
she,
fuck him. Like,
yeah,
that,
she called it when
amazing.
he took the cloak and slammed it on the ground and like sent like a blast wave. The first time he did that, she was like, "Oh, that's a Gandalf move."
Oh, nice. Respect.
Okay.
And so from then she was like, "Yeah, that's definitely Gandalf."
Oh, wow. All right.
Very cool. Yeah. So
Nice.
I mean, all over this place. Just the whole scene with, oh shit, now I lost the name of the Harfoot. What's her the main?
Nori.
I forget.
Nori,
I forgot.
yeah, thank you.
Nori. That's right.
So the whole scene with Nori and her parents, and they're like, "You should go with him." And like, "Are you sure?" Like, yeah, you need to explore. You need to be big and wild. And I forget the actual wording. It was fucking brilliant.
Dude, that damn near made me cry.
It did. We were both tearing up, or I was tearing up. Did we watch that together? No, we didn't. It was really good. And then in general, just all of the scenes back and forth where it would intercut between the scenes of Halbrand and Celebrimbor and Galadriel, and then back to the Mystics and the Grey Wizard and Nori and her family and her friends and all that, and just like the two adventures that are happening at the same time. And you're really kind of, unless you have already established who you think is who, they do a good job of casting doubt on both sides.
Right.
And then I really liked the way that they did the Celebrimbor storyline with Galadriel and Halbrand, where they've set him up to be like a smith. And I studied under a bunch of other smiths and all that. And if you didn't know Sauron's backstory, like that was his deal. He's an Astari of, or not an Astari, he's Aether, I forget exactly, Aesir or something like that. And he was of the goddess of creation or something like that. So unless you knew all this back lore, you wouldn't really understand how that all ties in. But Halbrand they've done a good job with his character to kind of develop the fact where Halbrand's a smith. He tried to do that in Numenor. He was a smith in Numenor making swords for the Numenorians. And you kind of, if you remember that stuff, you're like, why would Sauron do that? And it was just all a means to an end to get to Middle Earth, to actually get to Celebrimbor, to actually get to this point to make these rings of power. And he basically just tricks the elves into making these rings of power. Obviously, the One Ring doesn't happen yet. That'll happen later. So what'll be interesting to see is, if I remember correctly, 4 seasons of the show have been kind of slated, right? So this season we got the rings for the elves. There's going to be 7 rings for the Dwarf Lords, or is it 5? I should know.
7 for the dwarves and
7 for the Dwarf Lords,
9 for the men,
and then the One Ring.
Didn't you hear the song at the end?
I know. Do you know who that was too? It was fucking Fiona Apple.
No.
Yes, that's another jewel. That's another gem. Pardon the pun that Annie dropped on me. Was that it was fucking Fiona Apple. I really hope I just didn't misspeak that. Rings of Power finale and credit song.
Oh man.
Singer.
What a great pull, if that's true.
He sings the song. Where is it? A familiar lyric. It is Fiona Apple. Boom.
Nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
she told me that and my head almost exploded. Like, wait, what?
No.
Fiona Apple. Oh, but it was good. It was so good.
Yeah.
So anyway, the reason I brought that up is that this whole season, now we get the 3 rings for the elves. Then we're going to have a season with the dwarves getting their rings and the Balrog and all that. Then we'll have a season with the 9 rings for men. And then the final season will be the one forging of the One Ring and the war and all that. So I love the way they're setting this up. I loved the way they did the actual crafting. Like they tried all these things to force it together and it wouldn't work. Oh, maybe we're trying too hard. And he acts as if it's like just flashes of insight coming to him, but he had been planning this shit the whole time. And he convinces Celebrimbor to convince Galadriel to give up her brother's dagger that has like the pure elements from Valinor. And then there's the whole face-off between when she figures out that he's not who he says he is by the water.
Yeah.
And the whole manipulation that he goes through, like snapping into her head as her brother, and then look at me. And then they snap to the raft in the water. And then he drops the line that she says in the fucking, the first Lord of the Rings movie, The Fellowship of the Ring, where I would be as terrifying as a storm, as powerful as the roots of the earth. He gives her that line in that fucking flashback, or in that imaginary scene, and that just blew my back of my head out. It was, god damn it.
Yeah, the scene where they're on the raft and the camera pans down and you see him in the Sauron armor and her in like as the armor when she has that freak out, and it's like, holy shit.
God, that would be super cool. So I just loved everything in general about this finale. Really tied things together. I wanted a little bit of the Balrog, because we got that at the end of the episode before that, where they woke him up with the little leaf. But man, I can't wait for next season. It's gonna be a long wait, but what a time to be alive.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Oh yeah.
So overall, I didn't like it.
No, go a solid 4. Solid 4 out of 10.
Get a four side kittens.
4 side kittens.
As finales go, this was damn near perfect. I'm not really sure what else could be added to make it better. 9.5 just for
Nate. I'm so proud to hear you say that about a non-Marvel property. I really am, man.
Jesus, what are you talking about? You swear to God, like I don't like other shit.
I'm just kidding. I'm just, you know me. I'm giving you crap.
I know that's your job.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, no, I totally agree with you. This first season was very well crafted and just incredibly well done with just really setting the stones for this story. So I'm very excited moving forward. Like Joe, where are you at with this?
Freeze me.
Yeah. Damn it, Joe, I ain't gonna freeze you.
Yeah, please, me too. Yes.
Right. All right. What else do we have? Any final thoughts?
Watch Werewolf by Night, and stay tuned for our next podcast, where I'll be delving into some mind flares and flesh flaying, and report back on that. And then there's a couple more things happening. We got a little more House of the Dragon coming up. We're gonna have some new stuff on Disney Plus coming up. So let us know what you're excited for in the comments, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, and there might be a whole slew of DC news that I'm gonna need to drop pretty soon, because there's a lot of exciting stuff coming out right now. But we'll know more. We'll know more when the movie hits this weekend. So anyway, what do you guys think of whatever you're watching these days? House of the Dragon, Rings of Power. What good horror stuff are you binging over the holiday here? Let us know. Let us know if there's anything else that Nate should watch
Because apparently I only like Marvel shit.
Yeah.
I mean, at least give me Disney shit.
I know. I'm giving you crap. Yeah. Anyway, let us know. We're on Facebook at Rum Regret. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on TikTok. You can also find us on Twitter at Rum_Regret. Joe, where can they find you?
At Joe Chickadee on all the socials or at joechickadee.com.
Nate, where can they find you?
Sure. Avid Gamer, AV1D Gamer on all the socials and your gaming platforms of choice.
And you can find me at Crazy Drake on Facebook, Andrew Drake on Twitter. And until the next time, we have spoken.
She should have said Dracarys.
Right? Burn everyone. Jesus Christ.